which was across the street with a wood burning stove in the middle of it. And then we were in a house next door. And then we sold barbecue and barbecue chicken dinners, spaghetti, and
Indeed.
the side of chitlins, it was a couple dollars more to raise money to build this building. I remember Mr. Sylvan Davis showing us the blueprints as children. They included us kids in the process. So we understood what we were working for. So many lessons learned in this church that Mr. Bankhead was a part of. I fell in love in this church when I was in 7th grade. Then I found out that we really wasn't a couple. She blindsided me. In other words, I grew up here. And this is my fundamentals. They told us that if we were good, we could wax these floors. And I wish we had said, if you gonna cash app us? No. It wasn't nothing about it. We were good because we could spit under there and we could wax these floors. That's how we were raised. And that's why we're still together. That's why we're still strong. And that's why we're still together. I just want to mention, somebody mentioned the cherry tree. There were 3 large yards in our neighborhood. The Kings had a large yard. The Chapmans had a large yard. The Bankheads had a large yard. 2 yards had cherry trees. The Bankheads had a cherry tree. The Chapmans had a cherry tree. And I started thinking about Mr. Bankhead, my hero, my idol, the man who showed me how to be a grandfather today. I was thinking about the shade that the cherry tree protected us during the summer. I'm thinking about the permission he gave us to climb the cherry tree and get as many cherries as we want, the generosity. And the recipe for those cherries that we used to do, we used to go and get one of our mama's big bowls, pour half a pound of sugar in it, everybody say dialysis.
Diabetes.
And we would mix those cherries up, put them in the refrigerator, and we would go to town based on what our parents had provided us. We didn't have any wants, we didn't have any needs. Mr. Bankhead was strong, he was physically strong. I'm talking about from my vantage point as a young boy. He was physically strong. Mr. Bankhead was cut. We call it cut. Wow, that's what we wanted to look like. Slim, I grew up looking at this Army picture every day. That was our picture of what it meant to be a handsome man. He was mentally clear. He was not. Many of the men in our neighborhood were laborers. This is what they could get. Mr. Bankhead had education, and he always had a project going on in the basement. Remember? There was always a project going on in the basement. There was a TV to be fixed. There was something that I don't know whether he was inventing down there or what. There was always, and I remember I grew up, where do I do all of my stuff? In the basement, just like Mr. Bankhead. I want to emphasize, I don't really remember quiet, but the cool part, yes. He knew how to take the tapes and not wreck the neighborhood up. Everybody's daddy didn't know how to do that. Listen to me. Everybody's father wasn't like that. He had 2 cars. Everybody didn't have 2 cars in our neighborhood. He had a 2-car garage. Everybody didn't. I think there were 2. Mr. Hall, he's in the back, had a 2-car garage. Mr. Bankhead had a 2-car garage. I remember that electric 225 coming around the corner. Diamond in the back. And that was back in the day we were so excited for their prosperity. That car whipped around the corner and all the kids started running after the car to their house into the neighborhood. I remember all of this. The hospitality. I learned how to play piano on that. I just retired as a music professor at an Ivy League school. I learned how to play piano in y'all house because y'all could afford piano. Wow. And I was always welcome. He built me. Cherry trees. I rode by this morning to see if the cherry tree was still there around the old neighborhood. And I remember the shade and the protection. I remember the nutrition. I remember the protection. I remember the consistency. And even if that tree is not bearing fruit today, I'm looking at Mr. Bankhead's fruit right here. Three of the most unselfish, community-minded. I saw how you took care of your son. I witnessed that. I witnessed how y'all took care of your mother. I witnessed how you took care of the grandmother. Y'all are Willie Bankhead. You are his truth. And I'm sure I love you. You were part of me. Mr. Bankhead was great, but what more could he have done? He finished his course. Until the family and the grandson would be there for his last breath. And that is natural, because that's how the Bankheads roll.